Now, in-depth coverage of President Biden's first address to a joint session of Congress. The president spoke at 9 o'clock tonight on Capitol Hill. Though due to COVID restrictions, not all lawmakers were able to attend in person. 12 News politics editor Ted Nesi joins us now live in studio with analysis of the speech. As you can expect, Ted, the president was touting his first 100 days in office. Let's take a listen.
And inherited a nation, we all did, that was in crisis. The worst pandemic in a century, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. Now, after just 100 days, I can report to the nation, America is on the move again.
A traditional message from a new president about turning the page, I guess, on the last administration.
Yeah, Mike, technically a president's first speech to Congress after winning election, getting inaugurated, isn't technically a State of the Union, but it always feels like one. And Biden used tonight's speech to focus heavily on his efforts to tackle the pandemic. His advisors have said over and over they know that was job one when he got into the White House, and he really needed to get it right. They're hoping that as life returns to normal in the coming months and more people get vaccinated, more places open, that he'll get a lot of the credit.
Now, the president also using this moment in the spotlight to push for some of the big proposals it's pending in Congress, including the American Jobs Act. Here's how he described that bill.
A once-in-a-generation investment in America itself. This is the largest jobs plan since World War II. Creates jobs to upgrade our transportation infrastructure. Jobs modernizing our roads, bridges, highways. Jobs building ports and airports, rail corridors, transit lines. It's clean water.
Everybody wants to hear about jobs, but Ted, you're hearing concerns even among some Democrats how much money this is going to take.
Yeah, Mike, when you put together the three big proposals that Biden has put forward so far, the rescue plan, which already passed, this jobs plan, and the families plan, they total over $6 trillion. That is a lot for Congress to digest. Now, Biden did make the case tonight he has plans to pay for all of that, mostly with tax increases on wealthier Americans and corporations, and that's something Republicans have flatly ruled out supporting.
Well, Ted, speaking of the Republicans, the GOP response tonight came from South Carolina U.S. Senator Tim Scott, who argued President Biden is taking too much credit for the coronavirus turnaround.
This administration inherited a tide that had already turned. The coronavirus is on the run. Thanks to Operation Warp Speed and the Trump administration, our country is flooded with safe and effective vaccines. Thanks to our bipartisan work last year, job openings are rebounding. So why do we feel so divided?
Republicans looking to share in the credit for the vaccination campaign.
Yeah, Mike, Republicans have high hopes that they can make big gains in next year's midterm elections, maybe take back both houses of Congress. And one of the arguments they're going to make is that the Trump administration put the pieces in place that the Biden administration is benefiting from now.
All right, Ted, as always, thank you for being here. And coming up on 12 News this morning, 12 News political analyst Joe Fleming joins us to provide perspective on the president's speech as well as his first 100 days in office. We'll also be hearing reaction from local congressional members.
Federal agents carried out an early